Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Barbie Dolls of the Week. This week we're going to talk about two distinct sets of Barbies, one from the late 80s and one from the early 2000s. So let's start with the first one from the late 80s, and actually it's from 1989, and it's called Animal Lovin' Barbie and Friends. So we'll start with Barbie, and in this case there's actually two, but let's start with this one. This is, of course, Barbie herself, the Caucasian version of Barbie, the one that most people know and think of first, because you see her most often in the stores and such. So she is in the Animal Lovin' series. It says at the bottom, exciting safari, fashion, and fun. So as you can see, she has, of course, a pink-inspired safari outfit with some or a gold lame shirt, very practical for safaris, by the way, and some wild kind of earrings. They're plastic, of course, but I'm not exactly sure what they are. And then kind of a little bit of a wild gold netting around her hair, around her head, actually. And as you can see here, she has a little panda friend, and it says her own panda to care for and love. So in this series, each of the dolls had a little animal, and you see that hers is a panda. On the back, you see some of the other people in the series, including, of course, Ken. And in this case, they have an Asian female named Nikki. And we'll look at those as well. You might also notice in the picture that there is a zebra, and up here is a giraffe. Now, I never had those, but might be interesting to have, actually, now that I have the rest of the set. I didn't get these when they first came out. I got these later, actually in recent years, through an auction. All four of the ones I'm going to show you were together. By the way, the giraffe's name is Ginger, and the zebra is Zizi the zebra. So, you know, not the most imaginative, but anyway, one other thing that you see here is this play set in the back. It says Animal Lovin' Barbie Tent. Tent not yet available. But on another one it says available in 1989, which these dolls were from 88, and some were, I believe, from 89. So maybe they came out in sets, but I'll double check that. So that's the regular Barbie. Now here's the, whoops, she just took a jump. Here's another Barbie, and of course it's the African American version. She used to be just called Christy, you know, the Christy doll that was a friend of Barbie, but at some point, you know, they just started calling her Barbie too, and it was the African American version. So she too has a panda. Now you notice that she's missing some cellophane here at the top. That's because it was torn and broken, so I just cut it, and then you've got a better picture or a better view of her face. So I just did that for display purposes, not necessarily just for this video, I don't mean. On the back, so you see Barbie again, and Ken and Nikki, and a little better picture of the giraffe there, which has a little curly cue of hair. I thought that was a cake at first, well, but it's not. It's her hair, or its hair. And then the zebra has a little bit of hair here too. So you always got to have something for the little girls to brush, I guess. Now, one of the reasons I didn't get this set originally was because of some of the hair was starting to get out of control. Especially if you look at that picture of the African American Barbie, you see what I'm talking about. I mean, the hair was getting really big and sort of going everywhere. Doesn't look as bad on the doll herself, I don't think, but that picture made it look bad to me. And you know, here's a couple other pictures. So I just think in the late 80s the hair started to get out of control. We've talked about that before with the holiday Barbies as well. We're coming out about then for the first time. Here's a Nikki doll in the series, and as you can see, she too has a leopard inspired print outfit in lilac or purple, a light purple. And her little animal, it says her own lion cub to care for and love. Now, to me, honestly, that doesn't look like a lion. That looks almost like a teddy bear with a lion inspiration, but that's what they call it. So you can kind of see it there. This outfit is not, it's cute, but it's not exactly the best one for a safari. But, you know, it's not a real thing, so that's okay. And here's the same picture on the back with a little bit maybe different angle, slightly. Yeah, so anyway. And actually, you know what? This says tent not available, so maybe it wasn't available at all, but I find that hard to believe. I'm going to have to look that one up because I thought there was some sort of playset available with this. Okay, so that's Nikki. And then the last one in this set is the Ken doll that you see here. And he's in his leopard-inspired print shirt with the blue, of course, signifying he's a boy, he's a male. But anyway, this is Ken, and it's actually a cute little outfit. But you kind of think he's wearing a blue shirt under this shirt, but it's not. That's just a scarf. And you can see that better in these pictures. You know, honestly, I think this is a rather gay-looking outfit, or at least stereotypically gay. And this is a doll that they later used in the Toy Story movies. You may recognize him. This is the outfit, and I'm not sure why they chose that Ken of all the Kens, but I'd be curious to find out. Now, he has a little chimpanzee in there, and actually it does kind of look like a cartoon version of a chimpanzee. That's kind of cute. It says his own chimpanzee to care for and love. And same picture on the back. And so, by the way, this originally sold for $10.99, and you know that was a pretty typical price at that point. And this is from 1988. So I'm not sure where originally I got the 1989 from, but I could have sworn I saw that on something. But anyway, we'll move on. That's the Animal Lovin' Barbie and Friends. Now we're going to move on to a completely different set, unrelated, except for the fact that they're made by Mattel and they're related to Barbie. So let's start with the first of these two dolls that I want to show you. And they're from, some of you may know this, the Hart family of dolls. This is the grandmother and the grandfather from the Hart family. And of course this is the grandmother. She's got kind of long fluffy hair, you know, a lot of hair going on for a grandmother, I thought. But, you know, more for the child to brush and style. And a nice lilac kind of dress here with a lot of frill, a lacy frill, which seems rather grandmotherly. But, you know, I noticed that the body is pretty much, I believe, a normal Barbie body. So they didn't really do anything different for her body mold-wise. They did give her this dress that's kind of bulky a little bit, so it makes her look a little bigger in the middle, but really she's not. I mean, she looks pretty typical to me. Now the grandfather Hart, or the Hart grandfather, is wearing a nice white sweater, and underneath you see the lilac color tie, which looks okay on him. And then he's got a striped shirt. So nice. It's kind of a snappy outfit, snazzy outfit. Gray pants and of course his black shoes. So he's got the molded hair. And other than that, on the face, you know, he doesn't look that old. It's the gray hair that made him look older, I guess. But, you know, he doesn't look that old to me. But they are supposed to be the Hart family grandparents. Now, those are from the late 80s. Mid to late 80s, and there was a whole family which we can talk about another time, but right now today I just wanted to focus on the grandparents. So moving ahead to 2002, we have what's called the Happy Family neighborhood, and the whole Happy Family set of Midge and Alan and their kids and their the grandparents. And so that's the next two I want to show you, and these are from 2002. This is the grandmother right here in that set. And I believe she normally had a sweater, but this doll was loose when I got it and did not have that. So she doesn't have the sweater. She does have a cute little hairdo, I think. It's a lot more stylish, I think, than the Hart family grandmothers. And if you look at her, she's got a pretty face, but what you can't see, I don't think, in this video, is the fact that she has some painted on lines on her forehead and in her cheek area to make her look a little older. Now, she does have a different body type. She actually is thicker through the middle, and I'm not sure about the breasts, but maybe they're a little smaller than Barbie. Kind of looks that way. I've not undressed her to find out, and I don't plan to. You know, and maybe the butt is even a little bigger. I'm not sure. So it's definitely a different body mold. But that's the grandmother. And then if you look at the grandfather, here he is. Rather stylish and snappy guy. And if you compare him to the Hart family grandfather, you know, there's a definite difference. But both are nice dolls. And I really like these because it's not often you come across grandparent dolls or dolls that are older, supposed to be older. So that's the two sets of grandparents, and here's just a comparison of the two grandmothers. So definitely a different look, and you know, I prefer this one only because the hair is much more stylish, but this one's okay. And then another set of grandparents to show you is the African American version of the ones we just looked at, the Happy Family Neighborhood. And here you see the grandfather in that set, if I can get the glare off of him. And he looks like a nice grandfather, kind of a young grandfather, I believe. But he has a green sweater instead of the blue one that the Caucasian guy did. There's all kinds of toys and gifts that he can give to the family. And here, by the way, is some pictures, since I don't have this set, unfortunately, of the actual family involved. The African-American version of the Midge and Alan and Ryan and all those, although I believe they had the same names, but I'm not positive because I don't have them. Here's the grandmother. So again, I really like these dolls. I think there's just such a beautiful difference, and they're not, you know, tucked and nipped and tucked. They look like grandparents. Young ones maybe, but they do. And then one other in the box I want to show you from this set, which, by the way, this is a really popular set on eBay, the whole Happy Family neighborhood and all the dolls. There's a lot of dolls that were in this set, and this is the father, Alan, and his little boy, Ryan, you see there. He's got the stroller, of course, that he's taken him in some toys and things. But here's a picture of when Alan and Midge got married, supposed to have gotten married. And then some of the other pictures, including Dr. Barbie over on this side. I'm sure she helped deliver the baby because, you know, after they got married, this is their story. She eventually got pregnant and had the little boy Ryan, and now she's got a new baby. So, you know, there was a controversy with this doll. There was a big uproar because she was pregnant and there was no man in the box with her. And God forbid, you know, that. And I don't think she had a wedding ring showing, so it was looking like she was a single mother, which people threw a fit back then, I'm hearing. And Walmart pulled that doll from the shelves, and Mattel had to do another doll where she had a wedding ring and there was a picture of the father standing behind her, because, you know, there was a father, but it wasn't obvious, and so people just went, you know, practically crazy. Now, one last thing before we go, I wanted to show you this that someone gave me some years back. Now, I am not into fur at all, and I believe this is real fur. It sure seems like it. But what's interesting is it has a Barbie label, and I'm just wondering, does anyone recognize this? Is this an actual Barbie piece, which I highly doubt. I think somebody just sewed this label in here, but why, I have no idea. This is sort of like a coat or a cape, a fur cape for a doll. But, you know, I'm thinking about putting this on eBay because, like I said, I'm not into real fur at all. There's no reason to have real fur when you can have such beautiful fake fur if you want it. I don't even really like that. But anyway, So if you know, let me know. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Barbie Dolls of the Week, and I'll see you next time.